I've been sitting here stewing over the fact that, there are so many people, right, who are using like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, dollar store hacks because we are in some economically trying times. And being in economically trying times, we all kind of look for ways to, find things that are more affordable and hacks and ways to get through so that we can survive and, kind of hopefully maybe even thrive, which is the goal, not just survival, but a lot of us are in those moments, right? And now there's this whole debacle. I mean, I'm not even sure if calling it a debacle encompasses the severity of it, but you can't even go to the dollar store without this new horrible, disgusting trend called sharking. And, the thing about it is, somebody commented that we need to get this out on the last post that I made about this, especially to young girls who need to be more aware of it, because it was a 47-year-old woman that actually first really brought it to light. And it had happened before then, and nobody had said anything, right? So this is the reason why it is so crucial that we pay attention to what's happening in our surroundings at all times. An example of this is like on the weekend, I went out with my daughter and her best friend, my pseudo daughter. And when we got there, these men, actually, we were at a stoplight to turn down the road that you had to get into the driveway entrance to go to this club was at. And there were two men that were walking across the crosswalk when we were at the red light. Well, we had to wait for them to pass, and we did, and then we went around and we pulled in, and these men walked right back across the street and went right into the parking lot. And I was like, whoa, that's a little weird. And my daughter's best friend was like, well, maybe they forgot something. And I was like, that's just a little weird. Like, they seen us sitting at the light, they crossed the crosswalk, the moment we turned in, they run back across the road and they come over. So, well, there were two guys that walked in, and as a guy was walking out, and they talked and they acted like maybe they knew that guy. And I told the girls, I said, don't open the door or unlock the doors yet, just wait. And as the two guys went in and the other one walked out, he walked to the end of the building, and then he turned, and then he kind of like turned around and came back and walked back towards the guys. And then I waited until they walked past the car, because they came back out, and I guess, it seemed probable that she was right, that maybe they forgot something. And, maybe the dude that they had been talking to had been the one to tell them, hey, you forgot something. And then they all went back the same way. Well, once we did that, I told him, I said, okay, let's go ahead and let's go in. And we went in, and, they have a really nice bouncer at that club and everything. And of course, he checked IDs and everything was fine. But this is the reason why I'm talking about this. If I hadn't been there, it's very probable both girls would have just got out of the car and went in and thought nothing of it. Because even when she said, oh, he probably just forgot something, this is the thing that older women notice things like this. And it's because of situations, unfortunately, that either our friends or experiences from our youth usually teach us. And so that is why I'm basically saying, yes, young women, please, women of any age, honestly, these guys are getting crazy out here. I mean, they are getting crazy, doing things because they're exhibitionists at this point, because they get off on the idea of degrading women, and they are misogynists. That's the point blank end of it. And they're willing to do filthy, disgusting, vile things to women with absolutely no remorse, and in fact are taking a sadistic, gleeful pleasure from it. It is something that they are enjoying and finding enjoyment in. And so learn self-defense, be vigilant, and if somebody comes up and he's trying to squee on you, do something about it in that moment. Make a scene in the store, pull out your phone, record the guy and put it on your live stream what he is doing. Call the police if you need to. I mean, a lot of us are ACAB 1312 out here, but if you feel like that's the only option that you got, do whatever it takes to protect yourself in that moment from the SA that's occurring. That's the bottom line. Self-defense is the first motion, and then bring as much attention as possible in that store so that every single person in there knows what this pervert is doing, and so that nobody else has to face the same dilemma that Dollar Tree in Houston faced when they already knew it happened before and it happened yet again to another person. Obviously, the employees cannot always watch all the aisles and also service being cashiers and stocking, but after it happened one time, shouldn't there have been a little bit more protection and safeguards put into place to protect the patrons of that store? That's the point I'm making. These stores, these corporations, the police, these agencies, they don't care about you. And once it happens, it's happened. So watch your back, learn to protect yourself, and just pay attention to your surroundings. That's all I can leave you with tonight. Pay attention and protect yourself.